if I'm understanding correctly, are you saying that you're not a U.S. citizen?
What I'm saying is, I'm a private citizen, pre-1933.
Okay, so are you telling me that you're not the defendant then?
See, what's going on here is you're trying to imply or make me a surety for the defendant. And that's why I'm here abating this matter and demanding civilian due process.
What's up, bro? How you feeling?
Oh man, cool. I'm ready to get on this last day.
Yeah. I had some fun today.
I know what's going on.
It's going down, you know what I'm saying? It's going down. It's day 2 of the workshop. It's gonna be hella interactive today. Got the court scenarios, man. We're doing the reverse rapid fire game, and I'm gonna go over how to control the court case with a trust. We're gonna wrap the court case up in the trust, man. Listen, if you wasn't here this time, it's all good. You're gonna miss out on fun today, but next time, make sure you're in the room, man. I'll see you inside Matisse Academy. Let's get it.
Real quick, family. Real quick. Guys, real quick. One announcement. So we're gonna eat first. We're gonna do it just like we did last night. We'll line up, say thank you to the ladies that cooked. And after that, then we'll go right into the trust. And what's next after the trust? The trust. And everything else. So we're gonna go ahead and eat first. And then after that, we'll keep going. Appreciate y'all.
Frozy.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within. I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within.
All right, let's get to it. So today we will be going over a verbal trust, how to wrap your court case up in a trust verbally, how to ask the judge loaded questions, and I'll answer questions overall about trust in general. All right, so this is not legal advice. I'm not a bar card licensee. Nor is this advice, nor is this an offer or solicitation to be a personal lawyer. This is for information and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence. All right, so y'all probably have heard me say this before, or heard one of us say this. My name is granted to the court for future return with my interest. All right, so who understands what that means? My name is granted to the court for future return with my interest. Who understands what that means?
The grand word, you created the trust.
Basically what he said, that you're the one that's responsible for yourself and they're not responsible for you. And whatever they're using in this contract that you're unaware of, you're stating, I guess, to be the person that receives everything from you, or be able to control what they're saying about it, because they can control you. They're not in your person. You control your own ship.
I want you to tell me exactly what this sentence means. I'm looking for exactly, overall, you're right in your objective, but I want to know, what does this sentence mean? What are you implying when you are saying this? What is going on when you're saying this? What is happening? That's what I want to know.
My name is granted to the court for the future return of my securities.
Yeah. You're right, so keep going.
What more should I explain?
So, what relationship are we expressing right here?
Trust.
Okay. So we're manifesting trust relationship.
Yes.
Gotcha. So that's right. My name is granted to the court. What's the trust res? The name.
Granting security interest to the court?
You're implying, or you're suggesting that establishing trust by the underlying substances, the assumption of the trust. You're not questioning if it exists.
You're expressing.
You're expressing.
Yes, you're expressing trust. That's what's going on here. We're expressing trust relations. What is the trust res? The trust property? It's the name. It is stated. You're granting it to the court to allow them to bankroll the court transaction. But they're going to use that and create derivatives and trade off of it. What you're saying is, that's cool, but I need my interest back off of it. That's what you're saying here. You can essentially use these words. Use everything I'm telling you today. Because from the beginning, you are granting your name by special deposit. So that's the trust res. We all on the same page about that? Before we go on? We all understand that, yeah? Or no? Because if you got questions, you can ask real quick.
Is that something to speak out in court?
Yes, everything that I'm telling you now that you should have in front of you as well in your folders, you can, let me say this real quick. A lot of people think that they have to think that when you go into court that you have to remember everything. Please don't be one of the people taking notes in court, because if you take a minute and you look around the court, you're gonna find out that you're the only one in court without notes. The only one in court without notes. Everybody else has notes. So you need to do the same thing. Carlos, what'd you have?
Man, I had a whole book binder joint like this with all my stuff ready.
And you had your phone too, right?
And I had my phone there. The judge, she gave me grace and let me use my phone. I had my own witness statement on my phone, so I read it off my phone.
So phone, documents, you need to have your notes together.
Amir, did you say the trust res is the name?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
When you're speaking it just verbally and you
Yeah.
don't have any physical trust, then yes. But if you do have a physical trust and you made some conveyance, then that will be the res.
Okay,
But you can still use the same words here.
okay, perfect.
Question. So, it sounds like when we're in the court, we want to get remedy at a lower court if we can.
Yeah, if we can, because all courts should have equity before their eyes. All courts, all judges should. The objective is to flip the script, have them become an advocate for you. But like I always tell people, you're in the lower courts. It's low vibration. So the mindset that you need to have is, hey, I might go in here and lay it all out on the line and still get railroaded. There's nothing I can do about that other than preserve my interest on the record and prepare for appeals. I'm preparing for appeals anyway. We are going into the lower courts preparing for appeals by preserving the interest on the record of our equitable interest. We on the same page?
Yes, but depending on how he answers those first questions that we have the slide on, if he recognizes the trust and we move forward with that, are you saying that he can still not act?
No, if he acknowledges the trust, then you should be in the court of equity and move that way. But if he acknowledges the trust and then decides he's not going to act in good faith, that's a breach of trust because he's the trustee. Or dismissals, no. We're here to redeem securities. So at that point, you need to continue on.
Continue on and let them know about
Yeah, at that point, once you understand you're in equity, the next thing you need to be thinking is, all right, how can I get these securities?
Yeah, so can I get my securities back or whatever for the matter?
you're not gonna express it like that, because then. I'm being serious. But no, I'm being serious. Like we laugh, but no, I'm being serious because some people will go into there and thinking that you can talk like that to them, and it's not gonna happen like that. Like believe me, there have been people that get that far and think that they can talk like that. No, and then you get kicked out of equity, or like you get tested way more because you think you can just go, hey, can I get my securities? It's like, nah, it's not gonna work like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I said that.
Okay, so how should I express it to you?
It depends on your scenario. So if you have conveyed some equity to them, then at that point, hey, there's a merger. So settlement and closure, I'm the beneficiary. I basically am entitled to the securities. So that's just one way, but it depends on like what exactly you are doing. All of your equitable assets, your equitable wealth is held in the Spendthrift Trust ever since 1933. So how back he basically kind of teaches you how to deal with the Spendthrift Trust and like with merger. So that's why I like Howback. And then the first one I gave y'all, that is, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a hard read. It's a hard read. When I first started reading that book, like I couldn't get through a sentence without having to look it up in the dictionary. So that's a hard read, but the more and more you read it, the better you get. Like I still am reading it, trying to get better and better. So that is a hard read, but it's what we need. Howback, that's a good one, especially because it deals with the Spendthrift Trust that we deal with every day, that has the protectionary provisions. When you try to deal with a regular corporation out there and you're expressing equity, you're trying to get them to redeem a special deposit or do an equitable conversion, then they won't, right? Because they don't understand it. They don't see your wealth. That is because of Spendthrift Trust and the protectionary provisions that have been put in place. So, any more questions? Going once? Going twice? Going thrice? All right, we're gonna take 5-10 minutes.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find the love within.
So let's go back. So after you do your opening statement, then you're coming with your claim, then you're coming with your defense. You'll orchestrate that, tell who to do what. Then after you do your defense,
that's the guardian of the item, right?
Oh yeah.
He's about to say that to you, but after he's done, I'm basically going to say, I understand that we have a guardian ad litem appointed to handle the minority estate. Does the guardian ad litem have any pleadings or points they would like to share with this court?
I'll come.
Cool, yeah. And then you'll say whatever he sent it to you now. And then I'll pretty much wrap it up after that.
Yep. All right.
Hey clerk, hey, how y'all doing? I'm here on special visitation. Alright, see you later.
What's your name?
Here, I have my paperwork that shows my legal status is right here. I am being applied as a surety for the defendant, Tatiana Lewis.
I'm not sure what that paperwork is, but give me 1 second. And you said your name was?
Well, my mom called me Tatiana, but if you look at the paperwork, you'll see my legal status here, and I'm here being applied as an implied surety for the defendant, Tatiana Lewis.
The implied surety?
Yes, implied surety.
And you said your name was Tatiana?
Mom called me Tatiana. In the document, you'll see my legal status.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your case dismissed. I'll probably say you free, bro.
Yeah.
And then you do your excited dance.
I know.
That's good. Next time. Woo woo. License and registration, please.
Here goes who I am. Here's my paperwork.
And this is all that you have? You don't have any identification?
That is my identification. It's right there on paperwork. My ID number, that court case number, you can look it up if you want to know who I am.
And this is all that you have?
That's all that I have. That's all that I believe you need.
Okay. Well, I'll take it back to my car and let me look it up.
Take your time back there, sir.
Okay, due to the fact that I smell weed inside the car, this won't be sufficient enough. You're gonna have to come with some ID or I'm gonna have to take you downtown.
Whoa, I gave you the ID. I gave you the ID.
This didn't count as identification, and you say you didn't have a physical copy. So it's either we're gonna have a physical copy or I'm gonna have to take you downtown.
Yeah, I'm demanding civilian due process if you gotta take me in. So you can't just lock me up without me seeing the judge.
Okay.
Because at this point, it's a false arrest.
Understood. Well, I talked to my supervisor and he said we can grant you to see the judge, but we have to do that at this very moment. You gotta go downtown.
Wow, y'all wild, man. Let's go then.
All right.
Here we go.
Wild, man.
The judge.
Okay.
I got this enemy belligerent here. Smoking a pound of weed inside of the car.
Talking about some sovereign citizens.
He rolled the window down and smoke blew out. I know. Here he is, though. And this is the paperwork that he gave me for his identification.
Okay. All right. This is a hearing to determine bail for the defendant. Can you please state your name for the record?
My name is granted to the court in confidence for future return of interest. My name is Amir.
Okay, I don't see the legal significance of that.
Yeah, it's not legal. It's equity. My rights are private. Only cognizable in a court of equity.
Okay then. All right. Well, now that the parties have been identified, we can move on. So according to Nevada Statute 123, you a person who does not provide ID to police and is also in possession of a controlled substance is liable for up to 2 years in jail. I just want to know how you're planning on pleading today.
Can you say for the record that those statutory and legal codes apply to a private American, state, national, or I would like to say a private non-statutory resident? Can you say that applies to me on the record, please?
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're asking.
You're charging me, you just told me that under a Nevada statute that you're charging me with something here. So can you say for the record that that statute applies to me as a private American, private non-statutory resident? That's what I'm asking.
So if I'm understanding correctly, are you saying that you're not a U.S. citizen?
What I'm saying is I'm a private citizen pre-1933.
Okay, so are you telling me that you're not the defendant then?
What I am basically, see what's going on here is you're trying to imply or make me a surety for the defendant. And that's why I'm here abating this matter and demanding civilian due process.
All right then, well, since the defendant is not present in the courtroom today, I guess I have no case to call. Bailiff, please call the next case.
John Doe.
That's just smooth because I really don't know what you're gonna say. I'll be having to, like, every word, like, I gotta pick it apart. Like, as soon as he says statutory, I'm like, all right, bet, statutory. What is he gonna say about that shit?
Yep.
Because I'm already forming my answer the moment he says statutory. I'm already, because it's like a trigger word, you know what I mean? Because it's like statutory. Well, I know I don't fuck with none statutory, so what's he saying after this? It don't apply, I'm gonna flip it on him.
Because that's all they do.
False accusers, because I was dealing with false accusations. Then I went further into my opening statement. Our nation was built upon the foundation of liberty, a principle that reprobates through the Constitution. The 14th Amendment in particular protects the fundamental right of parents to make decisions concerning the upbringing of their children. It recognizes the autonomy of parents as they navigate the intricate pathways of parenthood. By intruding upon these rights, the petitioner today encroaches on the very fabric of our Constitution and threatens the delicate balance between the individual liberties and governmental authority. Equity, being the guiding light of our legal system, beckons us to navigate the complexities of this case with a steadfast commitment to fairness and justice, with the Holy Scriptures in the Bible, as well as the original Constitution. Thank you, my Honor. That is my opening statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Defendant.
Okay, so now the open statement is concluded, we can begin with presenting the evidence. Counsel, you may begin. Please present your case and call any witnesses that you may have.
I would like to call my first character witness that has witnessed that the defendant is not an unfit father. Can you please take the stand?
We'll simulate that.
So in addition to the witness, I also have evidence of the defendant's social media where he exhibits an advocacy for narcotics and unethical behavior. In addition to that, we also have the defendant present himself as a unlicensed attorney, which he is not, and he continually seeks to undermine the judicial process of doing so.
Is that all you have for me today?
That's it.
Okay. All right, now we may begin. Defendant, please present your case, call any witnesses, and share with us any evidence you may have.
So I don't have any witnesses to present in front of the court today. All I have is my argument and defenses to the opposing counsel's argument. As far as the social media post goes, the post was a post on TikTok where I was expressing to my following on TikTok to never take emoji mushrooms, because that's what I use around a narcissist. So unless you think, my honor, that the developers over at Apple specifically and explicitly think that the emoji for the mushroom is for psilocybin and narcotics, then I don't see the significance of that argument. And then I went into defending myself and presenting the argument for the second part, which...
And what's your name?
My name is Tatiana. No one call me Tatiana. This is my documentation of my legal status. I am being employed as a surety for the defendant. Tatiana.
When you said employed as surety?
Yes, being employed as a surety.
And what was your name?
My mom called me Tatiana. This is my documentation right here to show you my legal status.
Yeah. This is your case, this bitch, you good.
Just one thing I know, I really celebrated. I went to the bathroom and celebrated. I had my notes, my books, like how I have this, I had everything. I was ready.
All rise.
Oh yeah, I didn't get up. I just sat down.
And then you were like, instead of saying like your honor, you were like my honor.
I said my honor, yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm speaking in first person. I'm speaking for myself. I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not speaking on behalf of the principal debtor that they're summoning to court, essentially.
Yeah. And then when we were talking about that stuff yesterday, you said that we should go get a driver's license once we get our name corrected. But you said instead of giving them that license, you gave them your correction.
I said that you can go get a driver's license.
Okay. But you don't need one, right? After you do that.
You don't need one, but at the same time, you gotta think. The gas station lady is not trying to see your name correction.
Can't you just give them, like if you get a passport, can't you just give them that passport?
Yeah, you can get a passport, you can get a foreign driver's license, any of that that's not connected to the social and doesn't describe you as a U.S. citizen, public U.S. citizen.
I got you. And my final question is, she said she double enveloped what you mailed to the judge.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? You put like one envelope, you write Matthew.
Yeah, it was just 2 brown envelopes, making it private. Gotcha. And then on the inside, intended for judge's chambers in Matthew 6:24.
So that's what you wrote on that second envelope?
Yep, yes, I did.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you also said, here's my documentation that shows my legal status, but you didn't have your name corrected. What was that document that you showed her?
Well, initially I didn't have my name corrected, so I had my birth certificate making that separation. So even when they were trying to identify me, when I went to the clerk and they asked for ID, that birth certificate was the ID for them to look up the court case. So
Was it authenticated or it doesn't matter?
No, I do have it authenticated, but to keep it simple,
it was just the birth
I just gave them a regular birth certificate.
Okay.
Because who they're summoning is that birth certificate. They're trying to get you to represent it, to be the implied surety.
Absolutely.
So, let me help you out. So when you go to court and you're trying to create that separation, a lot of guys express suretyship, right? And so you say, hey, I'm the surety for, I'm implied surety for the principal debtor, the birth certificate. So then what happens? The judge is like, well, where's the defendant at, right? Well, if the defendant's not here, I'm gonna give you a warrant. I'm gonna give the defendant a warrant. So sometimes people get caught up in that, right? And I get it. Especially if you're not holding a birth certificate up. Like, you can really get caught up in that. So with that being said, when you get to a point where the judge is saying, are you the defendant or what's your name, right? That's basically the judge trying to make that attachment. So what you are to do is to think in terms of abatement, Randy Lee style. So you need to be like, oh, my name's Amir, capital A, lowercase m, y, r, and continue to spell it. You know what I mean? Like, then you want to go into a full-blown abatement, because then it's like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to do that attachment, but here's how I sever that attachment anyways. So I'm gonna come at you like that. So that's the way, that's the proper way to handle that situation, instead of just being like, I'm the implied surety, here's the birth certificate. Because yes, that can work, but we want to do best practice, right? And we want to make sure we can really conquer that situation, because sometimes you can end up with a warrant. I don't want that to happen for anybody. So yeah, that's the best way to handle that situation.
You give me your full name?
Need an equitable conversion. It depends on like what matter it is. So you're not just going for dismissals, no. We're here to redeem securities. So at that point, you need to continue on. Yeah, at that point, once you understand you're in equity, the next thing you need to be thinking is, all right, how can I get these securities?
So can I get my securities back or whatever for the matter?
You're not going to express it like that, because then I'm being serious. But no, I'm being serious. Like, we laugh, but no, I'm being serious, because some people will go into there and thinking that you can talk like that to them, and it's not going to happen like that. Like, believe me, there have been people that get that far and think that they can talk like that. No, and then you get kicked out of equity, or like you get tested way more because you think you can just go, hey, can I get my securities? It's like, nah, it's not gonna work like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I said that.
Okay, so how should I express it to them?
It depends on your scenario. So if you have conveyed some equity to them, then at that point, hey, there's a merger. So settlement and closure, I'm the beneficiary. I basically am entitled to the securities. So that's just one way, but it depends on like what exactly you are doing. You got everybody in here? Everybody sitting down? Everybody ready? Nobody outside? All right, how y'all feeling?
Great.
Food was good? Yeah? Yeah? All right, cool. All right, so we're going to end the day with the game that we like to call reverse rapid fire. So how the game goes is we choose a topic, let's say abatements. And so I would ask you a question like, when's the proper time to use abatements? You would have to answer that question with a question. Or I mean, you're basically, you're gonna respond. I don't want to say you're gonna answer that question. You're gonna respond with a question about abatements. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna ask you a question like, when's the proper time to use abatements? You have to respond like, what is an abatement? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't, I'm gonna have the consultants basically go through the game and how it goes. Well, we basically gonna start the game with them, so y'all can see exactly how it goes. And then, let's say, after that, we'll choose four participants. And then we'll let y'all go against each other. Those two winners will go against each other, and then the winner will go against Carmen.
That's a dirty game.
That sound good?
Whoever go against Carmen need to be scared.
Not even low key, high key. Alright, shit, Tim. Spotlight.
Let's do it.
All right, so the topic, what y'all choose? I forgot. Y'all chose trust? All right. So the topic is going to be trust. There's a 3-second grace. Count that 3 seconds. All right. Every time they answer a question, count that 3 seconds. one Mississippi. All right. Oh, we need to flip a coin. Who going first? Flip a coin. You got a coin? Somebody got a coin? Flip a coin.
got a silver coin?
Who got the coin? Right. Rock, paper, scissors. Y'all want to do rock, paper, scissors? All right. Bet. Who you want to go first? Check. You go first?
I'll go first.
All right, bet. Topic is trust.
All right, cool. When can a trust be expressed?
What is a trust?
How many kinds of trust can you own?
Can you convey your kids inside of your trust?
What type of property can you put inside of a trust?
Is land a part of a trust document?
What does a trustee do inside of a trust?
What do you have to do in order to control the trust?
How many different types of hats can you wear inside of a trust?
Is the trust, can you do a merger in between colonial titles?
What is a merger of trust?
If the merger of titles becomes...
So look.
It was a trick question.
And I thought about it.
So the purpose of this game is so that it helps you control the court hearing. It helps you respond to the judge. It helps you think in real time of how to respond. So that's the purpose of this game, and that's how it helps you in real life and real court situations. All right? Carmen and KT. Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Who you want to go first?
KT can go first.
Alright. What is suretyship?
What is a surety?
How many people are in a suretyship transaction?
Is suretyship a trust relation?
Who are the subrecords?
Do subrecords have a fiduciary duty to perform?
What is your position in the suretyship?
Can there be multiple subrecords in a transaction?
Can you tender a special deposit in suretyship?
Can you appoint the court a subrecord?
What is a tender?
Can you appoint a legal fiction as a subrecord?
What is a special deposit?
Do subrogees have additional benefits besides controlling the checks and channels of the transaction?
When do you notify other parties in the transaction?
Can you send notice by mail or can you give it by parole?
Can you...
So that's how the game goes. So can we get 4 participants who will go against each other? That's good.
Yeah, Malachi, bring it up. I was going to pick him anyway.
Let's have 3 people.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Mr. Rubin, let's go.
Come on.
That's not me.
We need one more. One more. Y'all gonna go against each other.
Dr. B, come on, Dr. B.
Yeah.
Let me qualify this by saying that I partied way too hard last night.
That's all right. You in Vegas. You're supposed to. All right.
Quick on my feet today.
That's all right, because that's what the exercise is for. So it's all good. All right. So the topic. I'll let y'all choose. So y'all want to do abatements, trust, or suretyship?
I think the crowd should choose.
Yeah. I like that. What y'all? Abatements? That's an abatement? All right, abatements. So, rock, paper, scissors. Who's gonna go first?
It's only fair, we went over it.
Hold on. All right. Who's going first? You go first. All right. So y'all understand how to play the game? Y'all understand everything I'm saying? Yeah.
As best as I possibly can.
So So listen, so the objective is to respond with a question about abatements.
Okay, all right.
Yes, you're not answering his question. You're responding with the question. So you're asking him questions. Your objective here is to ask him questions about abatements. His objective is to ask you questions about abatements. That's it. So we'll see which one of y'all.
I think we should do maybe 5 seconds for them.
5. Okay, we'll do 5 seconds grace.
We seasoned, you know what I'm saying? We seasoned.
What can you use in the baby?
Abatements are used. So, is abatement used at law or in equity?
Can you use an abatement verbally? I hear you.
All right, good job.
I felt the process.
Good job.
I'm not even processing that.
That's how it is when you're both.
You gonna sleep good. You gonna sleep good.
Okay, I'm totally under duress.
So, y'all want to choose the topic again? What topic y'all want to get? Trust? Y'all topic will be trust. Y'all rock, paper, scissors? How y'all want? Boom.
So he's first?
So who you want to go first? You get to choose who you want to go first. Okay. You ask the question first. So you're going to ask a question. Your objective here is to ask questions about trust. That's
No
it.
answers, just questions.
Just questions. You just ask questions about trust. That's your objective.
Anything and everything.
Your objective is to ask questions about trust. Whichever one of y'all came from a question about trust, or whichever one of y'all answers the other person's questions, you lose.
Okay.
So you should only be thinking of what question can I ask this other person about trust. That's your only objective here.
5 seconds.
We'll give y'all 5 to 7 seconds. All right. All right. Go.
Is trust important in law?
What jurisdictions do trust fall under?
Does trust relate to equity?
How many parties are involved in a trust?
Is there a difference between public and private trust law?
What's the minimum amount of parties in a trust?
How many parties to a trust?
Is there surety in all trust actions?
Is there a grantor in a trust?
What is
She got the 5 second out. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was great. All right.
And now we need two more volunteers.
Let's go.
All right. What topic? Surety? Suretyship? Suretyship. Rock, paper, scissors?
I'm going first? Okay. All right. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors or no?
It's up to y'all. If you cool with going first.
I appoint you to proceed.
If you cool with going first. All right, so the topic is suretyship. Go ahead.
What is suretyship?
Is there an applied surety in
I won.
Listen. She caught on so fast. So fast. Yes. All right. I mean, technically, yes. All right, let's restart. All right, so let's restart. No, but you caught on so fast. You caught on so fast. Like, yes. All right. You had it last time. Your objective here is to ask questions about suretyship.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Technically,
You got
do you get another chance in court?
blitzing. She's blitzing.
Do you get another chance in court?
Look. All right. All right, so y'all want to go suretyship again? Y'all want to change it up? Or? All right.
Name correction.
All right. We'll do status correction, name correction. That's cool?
That's cool.
All right. So that'll be the topic. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Oh. She's ready.
Why is it important to do a name correction?
Is there a petition involving name correction?
Is the name correction, what style of a name correction do you need to do?
What kind of votes are there in a pre-name correction?
Do you have to go to court to get a name correction?
Can you do it online? Can you do name correction online?
Why do you need a name correction?
Is the address important in a name correction?
Is your status important in a name correction?
Can the name correction be done in multiple districts?
How can a name correction help you with your life?
Can a name correction aid you in in a custody fine?
Does name correction cost money?
Does a name correction?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Listen. All right, you about to go get Scarman.
Check, check.
What topic should we have? Trust? Abatements? Yeah, let's do abatements. Let's do abatements. Let's do abatements. We're doing abatements here. Who's rock, paper, scissors?
What's the difference?
She already ready to go.
Okay, what is an abatement?
Can abatements be used at the end of a court case?
Why is an abatement important?
Are there different types of abatements?
Does an abatement challenge jurisdiction?
What is the greatest abatement?
Why do you need an abatement?
Can you do a formal proceeding in Supreme Court and issue a writ of quo warranto?
Should you do abatement first or last?
Can you abate all court matters or only certain ones?
Does abatement work in the lower courts?
Is an abatement a challenge to the jurisdiction of the court?
Why should an abatement be used in a court?
Does an abatement have to do with the spelling, styling, and mode of the name?
Does an abatement exist?
Can an abatement be used to stop? Can an abatement be used to stop a foreclosure?
When does an abatement count?
Is a misnomer a grounds for an abatement?
Is abatement legal or lawful?
Is misrepresenting the parties a grounds for an abatement?
Is an abatement used in a higher court or a lower court?
Can abatements be used in federal court cases?
Is an abatement written or expressed?
Do abatements have to do with the status of the name or the spelling, styling, and mode?
Can an abatement be used to express?
Can abatement be used after you express suretyship?
Can an abatement get you a discharge?
Does trust law have anything to do with abatements?
Can an abatement settle an account?
Is an abatement a common law pleading or an equity pleading?
Is an abatement a pleading?
Do abatements have numbers or are they specifically in words?
Is an abatement in the private chambers?
Can an abatement be expressed orally or must it be written?
Can an abatement close a case?
When you issue an abatement, is that the mode of sending it to a judge's chambers, or can you do a formal proceeding in a higher court?
What does an abatement challenge?
Can you spell your name properly and use that as a form of an abatement?
Do all judges know about abatement?
Did Randy Lee successfully perform an abatement by spelling his name correctly?
Can you do an abatement yourself?
Does the abatement sever the attachment between yourself and the principal debtor?
Can the abatement help?
Alright, we done, I'm spent.
I'm like, she in the pocket. She might get Carmen. Hey, so
toe to toe.
You beat Carmen, you get a job.
So I got a free consultation for you. You're with Shakira. Shakira, Miss Shakira. She stepped outside. All right. So we'll set you up with Shakira so we can get your free consultation.
Okay, great.
All right.
Give it up for Dr. V. That was lit.
Congratulations.
All right. Did y'all have a good time this weekend? Yeah. Good. So, like I keep telling y'all, next event, it'll definitely be over private trust, probably a 2-3 day event, something like that, or a 2-day event. Either New York area, Chicago, or Miami. It'll be in one of those spots. It'll be before the end of the year. If we can do 2 more, most likely New York and Chicago is really where I want to be. Outside of that, look forward to seeing, if you're in the academy, then look forward to seeing actual classes being taught 6 days a week versus just a Q&A. If you're not in the academy, you should be getting in. We're just going to we're going to provide more support and more modules to break down things and make it even more simple. Going to add more templates in there and fix the handful that are damaged or whatever. We'll fix those up, and then, man, I appreciate y'all coming here with me, kicking it with me, and my staff, my family. It's taken a lot to put this together, especially a 2-day event. So I really hope that y'all did enjoy yourselves. And we're going to continue to get better and better. And peace and equity, man. Let's get some pictures. Also, I want to give, that's another thing, I want to give thanks to, my entire staff. I want to give thanks to my cameraman, videographers, my marketing director over there, my consultants, my security is part of my marketing. Really, my family was cooking. That's my family cooking, so shout out to them. That's my mom. That's my mom, my sister. So again, fire. So again, I appreciate y'all, man. Let's get some pictures and everything, and y'all can enjoy yourselves until transportation pull up.